Welcome back. Teen Treks is an educational, nonprofit travel organization for teenagers. And here with details on everything they do is founder Cliff Maydell. Thanks so much for coming in today, Cliff.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Of course. Tell us what Teen Treks is and what your mission is.
Teen Treks is a summer camp for kids that rides bicycles. And we travel around the U.S., Canada, and Europe on trips that last anywhere from a week to 8 weeks. Kids are traveling on bicycles, seeing interesting places. So our mission is basically we're an educational nonprofit to get kids to experience the world and live cooperatively and live in a group setting for a couple weeks.
Okay. So what is the age range for people who go on these trips?
These are high school kids, junior high school and high school kids. So they're anywhere from 7th to 12th grade, or we call 12 plus would be graduation. So a lot of kids who graduate from college, their parents buy them. This is a graduation gift.
Oh.
So we say 7th to 12 plus.
Okay. And what's the composition of the groups like?
There are 10 kids in a group, 10 kids and 2 adults.
Okay.
It's a small group.
Yeah.
They are traveling on bicycles independently. They're not, there's no van or support with it, so the group is carrying all their own gear.
Oh, wow.
So, 10 kids, 2 adults, and they're out for a great time.
And how long have you been doing this?
Teen Treks started in 2001.
Okay.
Started out of the youth hostel in Buffalo.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So this is our 25th year, so it's nice to be here celebrating our 25th year.
Congrats. Now, so where do you stay overnight?
We carry tents and sleeping bags, so we stay in campgrounds. We also stay in hotels, or we stay in hostels. So really, one of the three. Mostly they're camping, as you can see.
Yeah. And how many miles would you say you bike each day?
Groups bike anywhere from easy trips, like a Cape Cod trip, maybe would be like 20 miles a day. And our most advanced trips maybe would do up to 70 miles to 100 miles a day.
Oh, my goodness. So how do you keep these kids focused and on the road, traveling safely for all of these trips for now 25 years?
We do start every trip with a lesson in bike safety.
Okay.
And these are kids that don't drive cars. They really are not familiar with rules of the road. So we have to teach them rules of the road and safety the first thing before we go out on our bikes.
Yeah.
And we go single file along the road. A lot of bike paths, a lot of trails, but they are on secondary roads that are recommended for bicycles, so they have a good-sized shoulder that they can bike in.
What is the benefit of this for teens? What are they really gaining from participating in these trips?
Well, it really is a group experience. They get to they learn to participate as a group and what it takes to keep, so they're learning all these new things in life. I mean, where they have to do things for themselves. They have to shop, they have to do laundry, they have to cook meals.
Yeah.
And they only work as well as the group works.
Yeah.
So they really kind of grow up and they really learn what are our expectations in life, as well as how to take on responsibilities.
I love it. You actually brought in a bike here. If you want to bring it out, this is an example of what you would be bringing out for your trips, and you've got it all packed up. Tell me about it.
Yeah, as I said, we don't have a van running alongside of these trips. They're called self-supported trips. Self-supported trips means the group is carrying everything. They're carrying their panniers, where they're carrying their clothes. They're carrying a sleeping bag. They're carrying a tent. They're carrying maybe a pump and, of course, water bottles and a helmet. The group is traveling, again, anywhere from 1 week to 8 weeks. And this is all the kids have. So it's just an amazing experience for a teenager.
Okay, all righty. Tell us about some of the places you've been able to travel to.
Our common trips, we do Cape Cod is a very common place to bike, but we also do trips from New York to Montreal over a 2-week period. We do a Pacific Northwest trip. It's out today. That trip is biking north of Seattle in the Puget Sound area. And then we also do across America, so which starts in Oregon and ends in New York City. It's an 8-week trip, and those kids are doing 70 to 100 miles a day.
Wow. Okay. What time of year do you do the trip?
Of course, it's a summer camp, so it's a summer camp for kids. So trips start in June, and they go through in August. Okay.
How do people apply?
Online, or at our website, teentreks.com, and they can apply right online. We have very few spots left for the summer. Most of
Okay.
our trips are full, but we hope people will come future summers and do our trips.
Alrighty, Cliff. Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking about this. Viewers, if you'd like to register your teen for a teen trek or learn more about the organization, you can visit teentreks.com or send them an email at biketrips@teentreks.com. Thanks again for coming in, Cliff.
Thank you for having me.